In today's video for Alpha Universe, we're going to take a look at the memory card options available for the Sony a7S III and answer the question, which one is best for you? Welcome back everyone, my name is Miguel Quiles. The Sony a7S III is the first Alpha series camera that offers the ability to utilize both SD cards and CF Express Type A. While the camera itself can accept both types of cards, you'll have to make sure that you select the right one based on the type of video that you plan on shooting. Just to make sure that we're all up to speed, let's begin by taking a look at the options for SD cards, as well as a brief history. This should help you understand which card you'll need to use and why that is the case. SD, which stands for Secure Digital, have been around for over 20 years and have a variety of capacity standards. The oldest, which is known as SDHC or standard capacity, has a maximum capacity of 2 gigabytes. The next one is SDHC or high capacity, has a maximum storage capacity of 32 gigabytes. SDXC or extended capacity cards have a maximum storage capacity of 2 terabytes. While all of these different capacity cards are physically the same size and all look the same from the front, the real differences are all on the inside. SDHC cards utilize FAT32 for its file system, which allows for individual file sizes up to 4 gigabytes in size. SDXC cards over 32 gigabytes, they utilize a file system called exFAT, which allows for files much larger than the 4 gigabyte limits that FAT32 offers. Before putting your memory card into your a7S III, it's important to note which type of card you have, as it will dictate which recording modes will be available to you, but more on that in a few moments. One of the important things you'll want to understand when it comes to SD cards is their speed class. There are 3 common speed classes that you'll find on SDHC and SDXC cards, which we're going to focus on in this video. The first one is simply called speed class, which is shown as a number ranging from 2 to 10 and has a C around the number. This number shows you what the minimum write speed is for the card. A card like this SDHC card has a 10 megabyte per second minimum write speed. Then there's the UHS speed class, which is indicated by either a 1 or a 3 inside of a U shape. A U1 class card has a minimum write speed of 10 megabytes per second, and a U3 card has a 30 megabyte per second minimum speed. Lastly, we have video class. This class can be identified by looking for a V followed by either a 6, 10, 30, 60, or 90. The number that follows the letter V corresponds with its minimum write speed, so a V6 card has 6 megabytes per second write speed, and at the top of that would be a V90 card that has a 90 megabyte per second write speed. The video class that a card offers is important to note when it comes to shooting video. Now that we've looked at the various types of SD cards, let's talk about which ones you'll need to record the various formats of video that you're able to get from the a7S III. You have 2 ways of capturing video on the a7S III. The first is your normal recording mode, which you can access by selecting the movie dial on the camera, as well as the S&Q recording mode, which stands for slow and quick, which you'll also find on that same dial. Now within each recording mode, you have a variety of different formats, resolutions, compression types, and frame rates that you can use to capture video in either HD or 4K quality. To make things simple, if you're using an SDXC V90 memory card and are using the normal recording mode, you can record in every format, resolution, compression, and frame rate that the a7S III offers. If you're using an SDXC V60 card, you'll be able to use every normal recording mode up to the all intra compression, HD, and 4K video resolutions. If you want to shoot your video utilizing all intra compression, you'll need the SDXC V90 rated card that we talked about earlier. Otherwise, you could still record using XAVC-S or XAVC-HS compression modes in HD and 4K resolutions. If you have an SDHC or an SDXC U3 card, which lack a V60 or a V90 rating, you're only able to shoot video in the normal recording mode in HD resolution using XAVC-S HD compression. These cards weren't meant to shoot 4K video and unfortunately aren't fast enough to keep up with the higher quality video that the A7S III can produce. Now let's take a look at the slow and quick recording mode and what we can do with these various SD cards. If you've never used the slow and quick recording modes on Sony cameras, here's a quick refresher. Using these modes, you can capture video anywhere from 1 frame per second all the way up to 120. Then it records these frames in either 24, 30, 60, or 120p. S&Q mode is great for shooting time-lapse style videos and also slow motion. These clips can be played back and viewed in your camera or computer without using NLE software like Final Cut or Premiere. Using the SDXC V90 card, you can record in every format, resolution, sampling, and frame rate in XAVCS and XAVC-HS compression. If you're using an all-intra compression, you could still use these cards to capture anywhere from 1 to 120p footage in 24, 30, or 60p in HD. In 4K, you could shoot 1 to 30p in 24, 30, or 60p, and 60p footage at 60p. The only limitations you'll run into using a V90 card is that you won't be able to capture 240p HD video or capture 60p in 24 or 30p and 120p in 4K. Using an SDXC V60 card, you can capture 1 to 120p in HD and 4K video in 24 to 120p in HD XAVCS and XAVC-HS compression. If you're using one of these cards and you want to capture HD video in 240p, or you want to use any of the all-intra options, you'll need to use the SDXC V90 card that I mentioned earlier, or a CF Express Type A card. If you're using an SDHC or XCU3 card, you'll only be able to capture 1 to 60 frames per second in 24, 30, 60, and 120p using XAVCS compression. Now that we've detailed what we can do with SD cards, let's talk about CF Express. The A7S III has 2 CF Express Type A ports that offer users much faster read and write speeds. The one I'm using here is from Sony's tough line of media cards, and it has a read speed of up to 800 megabytes per second and up to 700 megabytes per second write speeds. They also offer a crush-proof and shock-proof design and have the highest level IP68 dust and waterproofing. Utilizing a CF Express Type A card, you're able to unlock the full potential of the A7S III and record in every format, resolution, compression, frame rate, sampling, and data rate that the camera is able to produce thanks to its blazing fast speeds. When it comes to transferring the data from either of these cards, I would recommend using an external card reader like Sony's SD memory card reader or their combination CF Express Type A and SD card reader. Hopefully this video cleared up some of the questions that you might have regarding memory card options and which one is best for your particular video project. If you have any additional questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. And hey, while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to Alpha Universe to stay up to date with everything that is going on. Thanks again, and if you want to learn more about Sony Alpha gear and watch some great tutorials, click on one of the videos that you see here on the screen. See you next time.